In this video, we're going to learn about how to draw sections from plan. And what I've indicated here is where I'm going to be cutting. And this is the direction I'm going to look at towards the doors. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and start drawing the lines of extension by which you're going to be drawing out or laying out your section. All right, once you have your reference line drawn, you're going to go ahead and start a line that's going to indicate where your ground is going to be. After you have indicated where your ground is going to be, we're going to be referencing the heights that we have learned in our kitchen, how to draw or how to lay out a kitchen file, height of my walls. So I want to offset 8 feet, which is the height that I had indicated. So I'm going to go ahead and draw that reference line. So that's the height of my ceiling, and that right there is the bottom of my floor, and this is 8 feet all the way across. Now this is where I'm going to have my walls, so I'm going to go ahead and indicate those as walls. I'm going to simply draw this out. Again, when you're doing this by hand, you're going to indicate these by simply drawing these with a harder line. The lighter lines are just indicating where you're going to have the positioning of the wall. So the next thing you're going to do is you're going to offset 4 inches. That's going to be the kick space of your base cabinet. Next thing I'm going to offset is the height of the base cabinet, which is 3 feet. So that's going to be the top of your base cabinet. I'm going to offset down 1.5 inches, which is going to be the thickness of your countertop. And then I'm going to go ahead and offset 1 foot 6 inches. That's the space between your base cabinet. That's that space between your base cabinet and the start of your upper cabinet. Since we're going to go with a floor to ceiling cabinet, I'm going to go ahead and offset 42 inches or 3 foot 6, which is going to be the height of 8 feet. So that's where my upper cabinets will end up. So I'm going to use my floor plan as reference. So that line right there is where the start of my base and my upper cabinet is. So I'm going to go ahead and use the rectangle tool here. I'm going to switch my layer to now that I have my upper cabinets and my base cabinets, I'm going to go ahead and indicate where the window cutout is. Now I have my window already here. I'm going to go ahead and tell you the height of the door, which is going to be 7 feet offset. I'm going to go ahead and now draw out my door. You want to have a 4-inch to 3-inch trim around your door. So once you have your door already drawn out, you can indicate the middle of the door by simply drawing a single line here. And what you want to do is indicate the height of the door handles. Now the door handle are typically around 42 inches to 36 inches, somewhere between there. You can make it a 42 inch and your doors will be located roughly around here. I'm going to indicate that by drawing small circles. Now that you have your trim drawn, what I want you to do is I'm going to go ahead and highlight what I am looking at minus all these reference lines. So I'm going to go ahead and delete the reference line just to indicate what we're looking at. We're looking at a door and we're looking at this wall, and these cabinets are pretty much an accentuation of what we already had found in our plan. Now this is missing upper cabinets altogether. Again, in this particular case, I might even want to cut closer to the island, but for just the sake of reference, we are missing this countertop here, and how I would go ahead and get that down. Now that you have your base cabinets on both sides drawn, as well as the door drawn, we have still a window that is left. Again, this is open for interpretation. As long as this window is that wide and you respect where the mullions are, this window can roughly be however you choose it to be. It can come all the way to the bottom of the counter. Again, you have to make sure that you are giving it the proper 4-inch trim that goes all the way around. Other than that, if you choose to shrink the window, you make it go all the way to the ceiling. It's entirely up to you. For this sake, I'm gonna go ahead and stretch my window. I'm gonna make my window to be aligned with the cabinets. Therefore, I'm looking out the window and I still have a backsplash that's continuous. Now, when it comes to the side here, where I had the wall, this wall is a section cut as well as this one. So these lines are going to be darker. And I'm simply going to be cutting through the stove and going to have upper cabinets. So I'm going to borrow this. And I'm going to go ahead and put the stove there. Now, this is all indicated as a section cut. I do have upper cabinets here. And then my other cabinets would end right there at the edge of where I can see these cabinets. So my cabinets will have to end here. Now, again, all your cabinets are going to be divided by 3. So your cabinets are going to be either 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, anything that's divisible by 3. So once I have the cabinets being indicated, I have cut through my upper cabinets and in this case, I'm cutting through my stove. I will pretty much finish off with making sure that I have my cabinets divided. I'm going to go ahead and do one more cabinet here to show you guys how to do drawers. Again, we're going to be representing European cabinets. You can look that up, but they're pretty much flush cabinets. So what we have indicated for a drawer as our dimension from the top is 10 inches and then 2 feet 22 inches to where the edge of the end panel will be for your bottom cabinet. So this is what the finished product would look like. You have a drawer and 2 bottom end cabinets. So if we are looking at European cabinets would look like, this is what you're looking for. And these are inset to have opening hardware. It could be push hardware. But that's all I want you to do for indicating. Now, if you want to indicate any opening or closing hardware, you're free to do so. With that said, please like, subscribe, and comment below.